Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Eric Reed on the piano. Right now, we'd like to bring up a gentleman who's in his 80s. I won't tell you how high because he doesn't want me to divulge that information. But he can remember walking through the streets of Chicago carrying the horn of the great King Oliver in the early 1920s. And when we hear him play, we hear everything that trumpet playing actually is about. He has many anecdotes that he can tell, so I'm not going to use up any of his stories that he's told me. I'm just going to bring him on, and he's going to play on the sunny side of the street. Mr. Doc Cheatham on the trumpet, Mr. Jackie Bayard on the piano,
I have quite a story about Louis Armstrong, and it'll take you about 6 weeks to if I could explain how lucky I was to come in contact with him. Sheer luck, because I was born in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was in Chicago, stranded. Not exactly. I was washing dishes downtown, and my first couple of days in Chicago, and I was kind of disgusted with music. I hadn't heard anything, so one of the guys in the restaurant took me up and heard Louis Armstrong, Freddie Keppard, and Joe Oliver, and quite a few others up there, and then that kind of inspired me. So by meeting Lillian Armstrong, who was from Nashville, graduated from Nashville and Fisk University, and she was a good friend of Lillian Armstrong, which also graduated from Fisk University. And between the two of them, they gave me a card, a union card, because I didn't have the right to play in Chicago without a union card. Although they wouldn't let me play anyway because I wasn't from New Orleans. You had to be from New Orleans in those days to get a job in Chicago. But Louis Armstrong had he was such a strong man there that Al Capone, gave him the okay to let me get a little job in Chicago. And that's how I came to meet Louis, and he gave me a few jobs himself and treated me very nice, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Louis Armstrong.